Hi, you see that? Cover for a new book. More about it a little bit later. My name is Alan, and welcome to another episode of After the Trumping. Last time I talked a little bit about the fact that part of what the future is going to be, about what's going to happen after Donald Trump is no longer there, after the Trumping, when we start to get back in line with things again, when we start to get back to the point where as a culture, as a country, we're moving forward. There's absolutely no question that technology is part of that. And while I'm not going to necessarily focus on a lot of specific general themes, I wanted to say something about technology. And that's where the TechYEAH comes in. But first, oops. Today is the day when something happened in the Trump administration about the arrest of his attorney. So you can date the date of the program there. It's important, if you haven't seen it, to pay attention to that. The reason I say it is because it's an oops from the viewpoint that is very likely to have an impact on how long the Trump administration hangs around. So if you haven't seen the stories again, go see it. The stories about his private attorney and what is happening in law enforcement. So back to TechYEAH. If you're older like me or have been around at all since the earlier days of technology, we moved away sort of from the phrase technology, a big long clumpy word that really doesn't work with social media, to maybe something like a short version meaning tech, or even to a shorter one or to a slightly longer one called techNO. Well, techNO has an emphasis on the no, and those of us who have been in the know of technology for a while know that it kind of emphasizes the negative aspects, the frustrating aspects, the annoying aspects of what it has taken for us to get used to being in a technological environment where everything is becoming more about technology. Everything in technology, from software and hardware, had bugs, made mistakes, didn't work as promised. Well, that kind of emphasizes the techno element. Now we're in a position, however, where things are starting to work better. Whether we say we like it or not, almost all of us are getting used to having the internet everywhere, the internet of everything. And this is where we're getting to a point where we have, whether we want to admit it or not, a TechYEAH attitude. TechYEAH, there's something to be offered there. Well, TechYEAH, that concept that like it or not, technology is here to stay, is a big part of what's going to come into play after the Trumping. Almost every answer to every problem that we're facing is going to have a technology component. And now that things have been disrupted, things have been kind of knocked out of alignment because of the Trump administration and what's happening, we have to realign it. And when we realign it, I think you're going to find that technology and the acceptance of technology is going to be part of the answer. So that's what I want us to focus on now, is think about that, look at some materials. Here are a couple of resources, and as I begin writing this book, which I showed you the cover about, have I finalized it, it's going to have two parts of it. Part of it will be factual essays about different issues related to technology, and the other will be fiction stories, where the fiction stories are basically showing how regular people deal with technology when they're not necessarily comfortable with it. So I'm hoping that part of After the Trumping does that too. It gets you not only talking about topics, but getting used to the fact that maybe we can find a better way to deal with the issues, the concerns that we have. It's beyond question that some people chose a person like Trump to put in the presidency because they're uncomfortable with what's coming toward us. Well, we can't deny that inevitably, and we can't deny it forever. We have to accept that the future is going to be different. TechYEAH is the attitude for that, and it all comes about after the Trumping. Thanks for joining me. Here again are some resources for you. Have a good one.